Okay, so hey guys, I am back with another video this week. Before I get to the video, I just want to say, last time I checked my subscriber count, I think there was like 50 odd of you. So I want to say thank you so much to those 50 people. Obviously I know that looks like a lot of people are going to be like, that's barely anything, but like to me that means a lot that in a month I've got that many, because I didn't think I'd get that. So thank you to those people, and thank you to everyone who likes my videos and watches them as well. Thank you for watching if you are watching this. But before I get to the video, I just want to say to you guys, if there's any particular videos or like ideas that you have that you want me to do, feel free to comment down below and ask me to do them, because I will probably do them because I'm on like a lack of ideas at the moment. So this week's video is going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be more of like a chatty rant sort of thing. And it's going to be about exams, as you can probably tell by the title. So in this video I'm going to talk about like what I got for exams and like explain a couple of those, and why I don't like the exam system, because I don't, as many people don't, but like I think there's so many flaws in it, especially the English one. I can't really comment on other countries because I've never done theirs and I'm not like well educated about their exam systems. I only know the English one. But I am going to be talking about those. So obviously that's quite a topical thing. A-levels have just had their results. When I film this, GCSE have yet to have theirs. They might have it when I release it, I don't know. So good luck to anyone GCSE, and I hope you did well to those who did A-levels. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get started. Oh, just to say, halfway through this video, I've got monster slippers on if you see them. I wanted socks, but I couldn't be bothered to go over there to get them. So, monster slippers. So, for my GCSEs, guys, I got 6 grades above a C, which is actually very good. However, I did also get a few grades below a C. So what I got was, I've got everything on my computer here, so if I look down a lot, it's because I'm reading this. I got an A in English language, a B in English literature, I couldn't say that then, a B in maths, a B in drama, a C in IT, and a C in creative iMedia. Some of those were like a shock. I didn't think I'd do so well in those, and then some of them, I don't think any of those ones I was disappointed in, so to say. Well, maybe one, but not disappointed, more like I could have done better. But I'll explain that because I don't like people who moan about getting good grades. I'll explain why I could have done better in a minute. And then for below a C, I got my single science, I got a D. For double science, I also got a D. Food tech, I got a D. And history, I got a D. Most of those I suspected. History, I was actually suspected a lot lower than a D, so I was happy to get a D. And science, I knew. Food tech was my school's fault, as we had an awful teacher who didn't start our coursework. But I won't go into that. But on to my grades above a C. One of the main reasons I don't like exams is because students are better at some subjects than others. So for example, I am good at maths and English. I might not like them, but I am fairly good at them, whereas other people aren't. And I think that's a massive thing, of that students are forced to do maths and English. And I understand English, because English is like a big part, whereas maths is like, do we really need to do maths? Like, I get it's a way of thinking, but some students don't have that way of thinking and they can't do that. So that's one reason I don't like the exam system. Obviously I was really happy with B. Another reason I didn't like one particular system, which is what I had. In the exam board we did for drama, you do 60% of your work and your grade is your practical, and then 40% is based on your written. For my practical, I did really well, and for how ours worked is, at the end of the year, you get a grade out of 120 for your practical alone, and I got 119 out of 120, which I was over the moon with. That's obviously really good. That's like A star, so that's really good. However, my written work, I'm not very good at exams. I've never been the best at them, and my written work unfortunately let me down. So this like A star I had for my practical grade was dropped to a B, which is still a really good grade, and I'm really happy with that. But I could have got an A or an A star, so it really upsets me that because I had to do this exam, a subject I'm really good at, or was really good at sort of thing, in school, according to my grades, was slightly less good than I could have got because I had to write. And to me it doesn't make sense, because what part in drama do you have to write? And it's the same with food tech, is that my practical in food tech was only 40%, whereas food tech is written is 60%, which I think is another issue. Same with like PE and things, or GCSE PE. But my food tech, my lowest grade for my practical element, so when I actually cooked stuff, was a B. And I only got 3 Bs, the rest were like A's. And like, I think I had 1 A star. And so that's really good. But then, because of my written and because of my coursework and because our teacher wasn't very good at starting stuff with us and whatever, again, not being explained in this video, maybe I'll do a story time about that one day, I got a D. So someone who's in food technology, someone who's an A/B level cook, like baker/cooker, got a D because of an exam. And that does my head in because it's so bad that that is what's happening. So yeah, again, so that is what I got. I won't really talk about any of my other grades because most of them are fine. If you're interested in what I'm currently doing in education-wise, I'm doing a BTEC Level 3 acting course at a college. I won't say which one because you never know who's watching. But to me, so I chose BTEC because I didn't ever want to do A-levels, but I know some students want to do A-levels, and A-levels expect really high grades. But another rant I've got is that how can students get these really high grades if in subjects where there shouldn't be an exam and it's a practical based subject, they're doing an exam which is like lowering their grades by 2 or 3 grades in some people's cases, and that's ridiculous to me. Okay, yeah, so that is my first part of this rant about my grades and things, and now on to like the main rant where I'm just gonna rant for however long. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So here is why I hate exams. Okay, so the first thing I hate on exams is what exams are, and that no matter what exam you're doing, whether it be maths, science, drama, PE, every exam, bar maybe English, I'd say maybe English is different, what an exam is testing you on is your ability to retain information and then rewrite it down in the form of a question you didn't know beforehand. So, and some people are going to be like, no, they're more than that. They're really not. It's like, you literally spend years learning stuff. You are spending, especially for GCSEs, in A-levels as well, you've spent sort of, however many years in school, like 11, 12 years in school, to sit in a 1-hour exam and write information that you've had to retain onto a piece of paper in the form of a question, or answer of a question. And that's so stupid, because not everyone's good at that, and everyone in this world has different skills, and it's the old phrase of like, if you test a cat and a fish on their ability to climb a tree, and you say the one who's better at it is more intelligent, then the cat's always going to be more intelligent. And it's so true, because a fish can't climb a tree, same as some people can't retain information as well. And it's like, it makes it worse, especially in history, is that you can learn so much in history. There's so much to learn, and you can be really good. For example, I was really good at like the Nazi Germany era, and that's what probably, or era, depending on how you say it, and that's what probably bumped my grade up to a D, because I was really good at that aspect of history. Whereas I struggled with things like civil wars, and I think we did like medicine and things. I struggled with those, whereas other people excelled in those and weren't very good at Nazi Germany, because some information you just can't retain. and you don't know what exam questions are gonna be there. And it's like, luckily for me, 3 of the questions on Nazi Germany were the 3 of my like best subjects, like things I knew about in Nazi Germany. So I was really good at that. Whereas some people would have struggled with that question and would have thought, oh great, I've spent 5 years in secondary school learning about this particular subject in history for Nazi Germany, and the bit that I know the best and would get me an A star is not even on this like quiz. And that does my head in, because it's like, these poor people have spent years revising stuff and they know certain aspects. It's impossible to know all aspects of everything. But they know certain aspects and they know they're really good at it, and they know that if you quizzed them on that, they'd be a top student. But they're not being quizzed on what they're good at. And they're being quizzed on what they might not know as much about. And although, yeah, that's challenging someone, it's not okay, because it's just so annoying, because it's like, they don't know that, so why should you quiz them on that? So the second thing I want to rant about, I've sort of touched about earlier, is that people have to take maths, English and science, and IT in year 10 in our country. That might change soon, I don't know. I don't think maths and English will ever change, or science, but you have to take them, and that does my head in, because again, not everyone's good at those subjects. I was never good at science. It took me ages to become good at maths. The amount of times my teachers were really worried and thought about moving me into lower sets, because I wasn't the top set in maths, but it took me a while to actually be a solid student in the top set, whereas for a while I was like one of the bottom, if not the bottom students in the top set, because I really struggled with maths. And that annoys me on its own, that people have to be a part of that, and it's so wrong. Okay, so another thing I really want to touch on is the fact that exams are a way of judging us. It is judging us, and it's teaching kids from a young age that these people are smart and intelligent because they passed their exams, and that these people are not intelligent because they didn't pass their exams, or they didn't pass certain exams. And that's so wrong, and that people can say that's not what's being taught, but it is. I remember growing up thinking that, and people can say, well, that's your opinion, and it's not, because everyone around me also thought that, and a lot of people on TV, it's shown like that. It's so ridiculous that people constantly think, and people have been taught, that pass your exams, you're an intelligent person. If you don't pass your exams, you're not. And that's so wrong, because so many people are like different sides of intelligent. Like, I've got friends who are really like good and intelligent in terms of school, but in terms of like emotional intelligence, which is a really big part of life, just to say, and that sort of thing, they're not the best. Whereas my emotional intelligence and like being able to tell emotions and like talk to people and have like intelligence that's not needed in school but can still be really useful in life is a lot better. And I think that really upsets me, that you're being taught that, and that's not at all the case. And as well, some people, again, some of the most intelligent people I know failed in exams. Some of the most successful people in the world failed their exams. So I mean, exams just, I think there should be an exam. I don't think there should, well, not an exam necessarily. I think there needs to be something to test like people's ability in drama in school, and people's ability in English, and ability in health and social. I think those sort of things need to be tested, but exams aren't always the answer, because they're not fair and they don't test everyone equally, because people have different skills, as I keep saying. Okay, so another quick thing I just want to touch on is, if you do fail your exams, it's not the end of the world. Don't panic. Also, over summer, obviously I know it's the end of summer and you've probably already got them or nearly got them, but don't spend summer stressing about what you get for exams, because honestly, when it was my GCSE results, I did not stress at all over summer. And that's not because I was being confident. I did think I was going to fail a few more of my subjects than I did, but it was just, I kept my mind off it. I didn't want to think about it, because what can you do? You've done them now. And at the end of the day, I saw a Facebook thing that was like, in 100 years time, we'll all be dead and your exams won't matter anyway. And that's so true. Once you get to a certain age, nobody cares about your exams anymore. Once Like, some of the most successful people, can you tell me what Ariana Grande's exam results were? Can you tell me what Albert Einstein's exam results were? No, because nobody cares. Like, nobody cares about exams. Like, and I just think that's so wrong, because students stress over them for years and cry, and so much is caused, stress and like depression is caused about exams, and the exam board and the whole world has yet to actually do anything about them. And also Theresa May, I've been told quite a few times, I believe this is true, that she wants to get rid of drama and things as subjects. No, go away. Like, that's so wrong, because again, not everyone is good at subjects like maths and English and things. And some people are a lot better at drama. I'm a lot better at drama than I am at maths or English. Like, well, maybe not English, but like maths and things. So, go away, Theresa May. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little ranting session. Again, as I said earlier, suggest videos down below in the comments. If you want to see other rants, please tell me, and tell me what you want to see me rant about. I've got a couple of other things that I'd probably be able to rant about. Well, I'd definitely be able to rant about. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like it and subscribe as well, because as I said earlier, all the subscribers mean a lot to me, so thank you to those people. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye! I hated the way I said bye there.